This one's from the archives, recorded back in April. We didn't think we would ever release this one, but listening back, it has too much value not to share. We sit down with ex-Shared Mind guest Drew to discuss Liam's love life.
Two Gold Coasters are on their way to having the #1 mental health podcast in Australia. The pair helping each other through some dark times before coming out the other side to launch Shared Minds.
Returning Shared Mind guest Drew is here to teach Liam how to learn to love.
Woo! Let's go. Clap him in.
Clap him in. Drew, welcome back. Today is we are going to be I'll be sitting here like a stone cold turkey because it's Drew's topic. Drew's going to be talking Liam through a lot of his love life. I guess some barriers that Liam has, why he doesn't like approaching women, why he can be very awkward at sometimes around them. And then he's going to coach him to start approaching women in part 2. So part 2, Liam and Drew are going to go out into the wild. I'll be filming. And Liam's going to start soft approaching some women. And then part...
That freaks me out. But that gives me more anxiety than anything I've ever done in my entire life.
Ben Osher?
Absolutely it does. Approaching a woman gives me more anxiety than going to interview Osher alone without you and a broken camera and microphone.
Yeah.
That is so scary to me. I don't know what it is. Even a quick smile to a woman walking past me is terrifying.
Yes, but I feel there's going to be so much value in it.
So much.
You're going to learn so much about yourself. You're going to learn, like, even when we were talking before the episode even started, we were unpacking and learning things about you that went, that makes so much sense.
Yep, Drew helped us with that. But then also, for people to get a bit of a bit of context behind my dating life, I went on a date the other night, had a full-blown panic attack, had dry mouth, had to get a beer, almost couldn't speak the entire time. I can't speak. My brain almost turns off when there's a woman in front of me. And me and Drew spoke about this prior, and it's almost like I put women on like a pedestal, and I look at everyone as if like, that's going to be my wife. And maybe that's why. I don't know.
We'll unpack it.
We'll unpack it.
We will certainly unpack it.
Let's unpack
so,
it.
ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be fun.
For you.
I'm going to have the best time ever. I think Drew's going to have a good time as well.
That'll be fun for everyone but me, even Coco like me.
Oh, that's so funny. So, Drew, do you want to sort of take it away? You had a few questions you wanted to start with Liam.
Yeah, I wanted to, if you're open to it,
I'm open, brother.
Share
Silly
with the
question.
viewers just a little bit about your previous relationship. You don't have to go into depth. And just the similarity between that previous relationship and the relationship you had with your father.
Yep. So, me and my father stopped talking when I was 11. He was he's emotionally manipulative. What's the word where they where they make you feel bad for them?
Gaslighting.
No, it's probably it.
Checks out.
Emotionally, I don't know. He used to make me feel really bad for him all the time. Obviously, don't speak to him. There's a bit of neglect there, and we don't speak
He
at
played
all.
the victim.
Yeah, sort of like that. Yeah, like when he went through the divorce with my mum, he played the victim, and he came out better anyway. So yeah, tie that in with my past relationship. Quite a bit of neglect there. A lot of the silent treatment. That's what my dad used to give me, and to my mum and my sister.
Yeah, right.
Yep. No intimacy. Don't really want any of that from my father. No.
You don't want intimacy from your dad?
Good question, Kate.
If I go any longer on this dry spell, we might take that out.
Basically, you see the similar themes between your father, the way he treated you, and how your previous partner treated you too.
Yeah, and you only just pointed that out to me about half an hour ago.
And then I asked you, do you feel like you were trying to get the same love from your ex-partner that you were trying to get from your father?
It's a very deep question, and I haven't put like enough time and thought into it, but I think you'd be right in saying that.
And then you also mentioned that you went on a date with a girl who was the complete opposite.
Yeah, dated her for a bit.
Quite healthy.
Very healthy.
But it bored you.
Yeah. It felt unchallenging. I remember we had one argument one night, and I'm like, yeah, give me more. Give me another. Jesus. No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that, but it was like when we argued, I was saying earlier, like she wanted to talk about it, but I was so used to just ignoring each other until one gave in, and then that's what I tried to do, and then she was like...
Sorry to cut in there. I literally thought about this like a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago. You and me were here, and we're blueing, and in the middle of the blue, you went, "Oh, well, I'm leaving," and you left, and I went,
We're not
"Why
going to talk about
did,
it.
I mean, what did he leave for?"
That's
I was
what I'm
like,
used to doing.
I'm there like, we're like, and I just went, "All right," but then you left, and then I was still like going, "We haven't resolved what we need, but you've just left."
And then you rang me, eh?
Yeah, and I rang you, and I was like, it's been like 20 minutes. I was like, "Hey man," and just carried on like nothing, because I
But
knew
that's
that
what
if
I'm used to, though.
because I knew that if I didn't ask you, I was never getting an answer. And I went, "Oh well, he left, and now I need an answer for this."
Well, it's not
So-
really something I want to do, but it's all I know.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm like, that's in my head, that's what an argument is, whether it's with a friend, like a colleague at work. I actually did that at work with a girl, now that I remember this. And a family member. I just go into my cocoon, and I'm actually an avid talker. Like, I really wanted to talk it through with my ex, but we never did. So it's quite interesting now that I actually do it that way, but I don't want to do it that way. But that's just my little like retreat instinct that I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you
Well,
as you
you've
were
been
saying,
conditioned that way for
Well-
a decade.
And that's what I did want to dive into is that these experiences that you have had in childhood is affecting your dating life. And so you had a relationship with your father that was quite toxic, and you learnt what was familiar, right? And so we seek out what's familiar, even if it's not healthy for us. And so what was familiar for you was that toxic relationship you had with your ex-partner. You told me that she only complimented you twice. Right? You told me that she had such an effect on your self-confidence and who you are. So
Twice.
if that.
So you
The one time I can think of is when I threw that suit on for the awards night.
Oh yeah.
I'm wearing a fucking suit. Come on. Yeah.
So if you want to improve your dating life, then I think we can all agree that you have to have some sort of self-confidence and internal belief in yourself. You need to view yourself in a positive light. But if you are attracted unconsciously to these toxic relationships that keep reaffirming to yourself that you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you're not attractive, then it's going to be very difficult for you to improve your dating life.
You're right. Very right.
Well, it's as you said last time. You were like avoidant is like it's like avoidant and chase match together.
Yeah,
Like-
avoidant and
Oh,
anxious.
yeah,
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
givers and takers match together because
Yep.
the giver loves to give, the taker likes to take.
Yeah.
I do just want to clear up one thing. with the
Liam's not taking.
no, with the toxic like relationship with my ex, it was only like that because we were together so long and like certain things happened. Like, it wasn't just her, like, you know, it kind of just evolved and morphed into that. So
Because you co-create a toxic relationship.
by accident, molds in event. Like,
Well, you can't have a toxic relationship unless there's two people in the relationship, right? And so if someone is the more what people consider the narcissist in the relationship, doing the gaslighting as we spoke about, they can only do that if someone's allowing them to get away with that behavior, right? And
that's right.
when someone goes through traumas that create more codependency and people pleasing, their traumas, then it's the perfect match to create this toxic relationship. But
Yeah.
both people are contributing to the toxicity of the relationship. Even if it's the person who looks more like the victim, not doing anything wrong, they are still contributing to it in a way.
yeah, very true. Very true. Because, yeah, like you said, anxious and avoidant, wasn't it?
That's correct.
Attracts.
Yeah.
Somebody else said that.
So how can we work with maybe, I know I've written down a few questions that I wanted to ask you, but
These will peel you back.
Here we go.
I read them before.
All right.
Get ready to feel like an orange.
well, what do you feel is the main challenge that you have with dating right now? Is it approaching women? Is it the date? What part of the process?
The hardest part would be like the anxiety, and I'm so worried about what their opinion of me is. I'm so worried about what they are thinking of me at every second of the day or when we're speaking. Which is quite interesting because when I go on the podcast and do this or Instagram and I share my life, I don't care about anyone's opinion. Ooh. But when it comes to this, I'm just thinking of I'm worried I'm going to give them the ick the entire time. Like, what if I eat funny? What if I trip over? What if I say the wrong thing?
Okay, work with that. So if you do give them the ick, what will that mean about you?
I don't know, like they won't be interested.
Go deeper.
I'll be like embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'll be off myself. Does that make sense?
Try to just pick like maybe a word, like rejected, abandoned.
Yeah, rejected maybe. Yeah, rejected would be the word. Yeah.
You try find what feels right to you. Even an I am statement. I am not good enough. I am not worthy. I am unlovable.
It's weird, right? Because I've been very close with a lot of women. And I always hear them go, oh, on the date he did this and it was gross. And I never want to be that guy.
You never want to be gross, is it?
Maybe? Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like, I don't want to be the guy that they talk about after that's like, oh, he did this.
Yeah, ooh.
Yeah, like that sort of thing. But yeah, rejected might be it. I like to feel wanted.
There you go. So
Oh,
what's
there
the
we go.
opposite? What's the opposite? That's the wound. That's what your father created for you.
How's that, eh?
I was sitting here as soon as he asked the question, I went, I already know where Drew's going with this, and I know the
I didn't
answer.
think we'd get there, but fucking we got
See,
there.
we're tying it in, right?
Feeling wanted.
So
yeah.
this is what I mean.
Whoa.
Childhood experience, father doesn't make you feel wanted, so now you have the fear of being wanted in your romantic relationships, which creates anxiety, which doesn't allow you to show up authentically, which probably pushes women away and leads to you not having a good dating life. So
Yeah, and then I know...
instead of teaching you more tricks, tips and tactics on what to say and how to say it, we just get to that core wound, my friend, and the best version of you will come out, the one that already feels wanted from within, right here. Because when you already feel wanted, you're not going to have this anxiety. You're not going to put them up on a pedestal. You're not going to feel the need to impress them. You don't care if you give them the ick. Why? Because it doesn't matter if they like you or not.
So true. I have like this addiction to being wanted. Like, we were talking about this before where like I never message a girl first. I've never have. I don't think unless I know them, like if I worked with them or saying, can I need something? But like romantically, never. There is not one woman on this planet that could say that Liam Gilpatrick has messaged me first. And it comes from that. And then I get like this, I've never asked a girl out on a date before. And it's something comes from that when they finally ask me. Whether it takes 3 days, 3 months, when they finally ask me, it's this rush of adrenaline. It makes me feel wanted.
Makes you feel wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, like that makes me feel really good. What's that, validation? Is that it?
Yeah, well, the validation from women validating you gives you the feeling of feeling wanted,
Yeah.
which,
Maybe because I've
Again.
never really felt that in my entire life.
because your father never made you feel wanted.
Yeah.
That's your core wound, and that core
Wow.
wound is your operating system. It is influencing so many of the actions that you take every single day, whether it's scrolling through Instagram and checking how many people have liked your story.
Because you can't
whether
get away
it's-
from it.
No, fuck no.
You post a reel and you're refreshing it every 2 minutes.
I get anxiety
watching it.
posting a reel because I'm like, what if it doesn't do well?
So what I'd love to help you with is to feel that wantedness from within and learn to give that to yourself. Learn to even go back to the inner child who never felt wanted and to visualize yourself loving him and being with him and making him feel wanted. And then that will come out naturally in your behavior.
Wow.
You'll feel more confident, you'll feel less anxious, you won't put women on the pedestal.
Well, it's quite interesting you say that because I've had that since I was in like high school and like I thought maybe
When did your dad leave?
when I was 11.
Yeah.
So it was like because I always thought maybe it was from my previous relationship. But I'm like, even going back before that, it's the same. Like I remember with my ex, I made a like for a chat status so that she liked it so that I could then message it
There you go.
when I was like 16
Because what would
because I didn't
happen-
want to message her first.
What would happen if you did message a girl first and she didn't reply?
Ooh, I'd feel
There you
so
go.
embarrassed, bro. I'd feel so unwanted.
There you
Unwanted. I'd just be
See
like,
what I mean? Do you see
"Oh."
how
I'd have to
that
block
wound-
her so that I didn't have to see that every day.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
couldn't stand it.
So that's the deep work we're going to do. But if you want, we can go more into like the surface level things, the tip of the iceberg about how to know if women are open to
That
being
would be good.
approached.
Yeah.
But I tell you, none of that will work. You'll be like putting sugar on shit unless we address that core wound of not feeling wanted.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's like building anything. If you don't build the foundation correctly, then you build the world's best skyscraper. It's going to collapse because the foundation isn't strong and sturdy.
Spot on.
I mean,
Spot on.
how often do you hear the saying, like, you can't love anyone until you love yourself? And, like, it always sounds like, airy fairy, but it is
True.
so true, though.
But people don't know how to do that. When they get that message, oh, love myself, what does that even mean? How do I do that?
I'll go buy
You know?
myself a coffee.
Oh yeah, go get a massage or go do this or take myself on a date. And those things are great.
Yeah.
But I truly believe the key to loving yourself is looking at what is the thing that's preventing me from loving myself.
Yeah.
Like the core wound of not feeling internally wanted.
Well, to give the people listening context as well, like we were going through my messages before, and since we started doing these videos, there's been quite a few messages, probably like 200, 300
More.
on the Shared Minds one, and then my
We
personal.
just don't have time to get to them all.
But there's probably been like, probably like 200 to 300 on the Shared Minds, and then probably 150, 200 personal, where women have been like, I'll date you, and they hit on me, but I've never felt more or less confident in my life. Ever. I've more self-doubting myself than ever, which is quite interesting because I feel like a lot of other men might get that and then develop an ego and be overconfident with it. Like, I was on a date last night and I still felt no confidence. It's weird because, like, there was a lot of other women that have messaged me where a lot of other men will be like, oh, if this doesn't work out, I'll just go try somewhere else, you know? But
I've
for
got
me,
another 200 that I can work with.
Yeah. But for
that
me, I
still didn't
still
give you-
no confidence at all. And I actually thought it would go the other way. And it probably since it started, it's gone the other way where I'm like, I feel less and less confident in myself. I don't know why either. Because I would genuinely, if you told me a year ago that you're gonna have this message, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll be full of confidence, you know, feeling good. No, other way. Felt more confident when I wasn't talking to any women.
But is it because you're not, Drew will probably answer this one, is it because you're not doing anything with them?
Well,
They're
I've
just
gone on
coming
4
in and they're
dates now.
sitting there and you're like, oh.
Well, I've gone on 4 dates now. 4?
Because the confidence doesn't come externally, it comes internally. I, my own personal story, thought it always came externally. Earn more money,
Yeah,
get
that's a big
better
one.
in shape. You know, I shared my story where I never felt good enough. My core wound, like you don't always have one core wound, but my core wound was I'm not good enough. So the way in which you don't want to feel not good enough, you don't want to feel unwanted, so you develop what's called a coping mechanism, a way to cope with that feeling. Mine was try to sleep with more women, get in amazing shape, be popular. So, again, how it influenced my actions was I started acting and modeling, getting a big career, trying to be famous and things like that. So it impacts so many of the decisions that you make every single day. But again, these are all searching outside of myself to feel something inside of myself.
You're so right. Because I was the same. I was making good money. I had the Mercedes, good job. Like, all of that stuff did nothing.
Exactly. It's the lie we're
It
sold.
did nothing.
Drew's like, duh.
Yeah.
Obviously.
It did absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Any of it. The money, nothing. The more money that came in, did nothing.
if it does, maybe it does for some guys, but it's very surface level. Like eventually
But it'd be
women
temporary though.
temporary,
Like,
or surface, and then eventually people see through your cracks and see you for who you are.
Because unfortunately in this society and world, so say you use the example of the car and the money, right? You get your dream car and you go out and you make $500,000 that year and you go, oh, great. But because they're external things, your greed and lust then takes over and goes, oh, well, now I need the next best car or I need to make more money. And if you tie it to a thing that isn't internal, there's always more of that shit.
That's true.
Yeah, so with you, and it's like, you always be like, how like the reels and stuff, and you go, oh, this one only got 500 likes, and I'm like, yeah, but the last one got 250, and you're like, oh yeah, but the one before it got 1 million, and it's like,
Yeah, that's true. And I worry about, that makes me feel unwanted too when the video doesn't do as good as the previous one. Like one got like 100,000 views on Monday and the other one got like 15,000 views, and I was just like, whatever, everyone hates me now. All good. I'm done.
abandonment, that's why.
Yeah. And then when the messages don't come in, it's funny. Like I get validation, but I don't from the messages. Like, they don't really make me feel a certain way. Like, at the start, I was like, ooh, and now I get one, I don't even read it. No matter what it says. I'm just like, oh, next. And it's weird. I don't even... I would have thought you'd get validation from that, but now I don't even care for them. I don't even read them. Wouldn't even look at them, eh? I don't even know half of them ones saying the shared minds one.
Oh, there's too many of them to go through.
That's quite interesting, especially like the younger self thing. So that would have started when I was like 10 or 11. Maybe
funny.
even younger, because me and my dad were never close.
It's funny to think, as Drew said, everything actually will tie back to the abandonment from the father. It's like one gets...
Daddy issues, eh?
Yeah,
I got daddy issues.
For other
Daddy
people, it
issues.
might be the mother.
Yeah, but it's like, in this case, it's like Liam goes, oh, the one before got 500 likes. This one only got 200. Oh, I've just been abandoned by 300 people.
Yeah.
You go every action.
Yeah.
Like, not every, but
Real estate.
huge.
Didn't get a listing.
The
unwanted.
careers, the career you choose, the friends you choose, the woman that you choose.
You don't want to message the girls because you don't want to develop an attachment to them and then them not respond. And then you've been abandoned again by someone that you care for.
You know what's weird as well, too? When I start talking
Look
to
out,
a
Drew,
woman...
I'm coming for your job.
When I start talking to a woman as well, like, not like after a couple of days, after a couple of weeks, maybe I've been on a date with them, I like don't want them talking to anyone else. What's that?
It's the same thing as what
It
you
is,
said.
eh?
You don't want them then
To abandon me.
You don't want them going off with someone else because they're abandoning you.
Yeah, but I might not love them or anything. Like, I obviously don't love them or anything, but I'm like, oh, like, I even went on one the other day and I was like, oh, and then she was like going out partying and I'm like, oh, what did she get with another dude? I was like, you met her once, bro.
Been on one day, chilling out.
I was like, I've met her once. Why am I even fucking worried about this? I'm like in bed, like fucking half crying. I'm like, fuck my life.
Scrolling through her stories.
Yeah, oh, she's having fun. Fuck. But yeah, it's like with everything now that I realise, everything is being unwanted, like stems from being unwanted.
So Drew, is the mother and or father relationship pretty much like the main catalyst for majority of the people?
The catalyst. Of
Is that a hard one to...
exactly.
So, you know, like...
The catalyst of the...
Tune in tomorrow at 6 a.m. to catch the second half of this incredible interview.